What is going on? Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips to help overcome your sweet tooth cravings, so make sure you stick around until the end so you don't miss any. Now, if you're new here, my name is Jesse, and I've always struggled with a pretty massive sweet tooth. It's something that runs in my family, and I was the type of person who couldn't just have 1 or 2 cookies and then stop. I was always having 5, 6, 7 cookies simply because I couldn't control myself. And same goes for other baked goods like, birthday cake. At my birthday or someone else's birthday, I could not limit myself to just 1 piece of cake. I always needed to go back and have at least a second piece. And ice cream is another weakness of mine. I would not be able to just have 1 scoop of ice cream or 2 scoops of ice cream even. I would be just filling up the whole entire bowl and putting all sorts of toppings on it, and then in all likelihood going back and having more after that. So although I'm a fitness professional and I'm a personal trainer and I'm very strategic with my eating, it's something that I've struggled with in the past, having a really massive sweet tooth. So hopefully I can relate to you if you're listening to this as well. You may feel similarly or may have been dealing with some similar urges or cravings yourself, either recently or maybe for your entire life. But before I go into these fast action tips that you can use to start limiting cravings right away, there's 2 things that you should know about why you might be having these cravings and how you can prevent them in the future. So these are more long-term solutions before I go into the quick tips that I'm going to provide you. Okay, so first, if you're eating drastically low calories, like, I don't know, under 1,500 calories or 1,000 calories a day or something like that, you're absolutely going to have cravings. You're 100% going to have cravings and feel hungry, and you're probably going to end up yo-yo dieting, right? So if you're experiencing this, that's what I would expect from you if you're someone who's eating unnecessarily low amounts of food, all right? So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Second is if you're following some sort of elimination diet where maybe you're not eating carbs or you're not eating sugars or you're actively trying to keep those to like a very extremely low amount or completely take them out of your diet, the same goes. I would expect you to have cravings and have urges and probably end up yo-yo dieting. 99% of people are going to end up yo-yo dieting who are trying to follow elimination diets, okay? So the idea here is if that's what you're doing, don't eat drastically low calories and amounts of food, and don't follow elimination diets, right? You don't need to do those things in order to lose body fat and to get leaner and keep it off for good. There's millions and millions of people out there who are eating carbs and losing weight successfully. There's millions and millions of people out there who are eating sugar and losing weight successfully. I'm not saying to overeat those things. I'm just saying you don't have to cut them out cold turkey, because after almost 10 years now working in the fitness industry, coaching hundreds and hundreds of people, I can confidently say that if you are doing those things, if you are eating drastically low calories, if you are following an elimination diet, the chances of you yo-yo dieting and gaining that weight back that you lost is pretty much, it's a certain thing, right? So now let's go into these tips that I've got for you that you can start implementing right away to try to limit some cravings or sweet tooth urges that you might have for yourself. So number 1 is to actually include 1 treat in your daily calories. And this is, the epitome of flexible dieting, right? If you're tracking your calories, it's going to be way easier to include something sweet in your day without feeling guilty about it and pretty much knowing for a fact that it's not going to make you gain weight. If you love cookies, plan 2 cookies into your calories for that day. Or if you have ice cream in the freezer, plan out 1 serving of ice cream into your calories for that day. Notice I'm not saying to have the entire pint of ice cream or to have 9 cookies like I used to do, but plan out a reasonable serving size that you're not going to overdo it. You're not going to be using a large majority of your calories in the day for that sweet, or for that treat, I should say. But plan for it and allow for it within your calories so you know you're still going to see the results you want, yet still satisfying that craving and that sweet tooth just a little bit. I hope that makes sense. So the truth is, once you learn how to do this and learn that you can do this and still see the results you want, it's life-changing, right? You'll never have to go on another diet again. You'll never have to follow an elimination diet again. all right? And this is what I do with my clients. We practice flexible dieting to make sure that we are not only seeing the results we want with our fitness, but we are living a balanced lifestyle as well, all right? Tip number 2 is to replace the foods that you're craving with calorie-friendly alternatives, okay? And what I mean by that is there's so many products out there on the market now in the grocery store, you can pretty much find a lower calorie alternative for whatever treat you like. So for me, it's ice cream. So instead of getting the usual ice cream that I might get at, wherever I'm getting it, normal ice cream, there's so many options now that are lower calorie, right? Halo Top is a very well-known brand that has pints of ice cream, and the whole pint is only like 200 or 300 calories. That's like a fraction of the amount of calories normal ice cream is for a pint. There's also companies called Enlightened Ice Cream. Even Ben & Jerry's has a lower calorie alternative now. They have multiple flavors of lower calorie alternatives. There's probably a dozen brands that offer this. Do they taste as good as normal ice cream? Of course not. It's a fifth of the calories, but in my opinion, if you get the right flavor and you find one that you like, it does satisfy that craving for ice cream, and it does allow you to enjoy some ice cream maybe more frequently and fit it into your daily calories as compared to normal ice cream, all right? Some other options for healthier alternatives that I've got listed here, like if you like candy or chocolate or some sort of chocolatey type craving that you've got, a decent alternative is a protein bar. Now, I'm not saying you should have a protein bar every day, but there are some protein bars, if you get the right flavor, that can satisfy that chocolatey craving. One that I am thinking about in particular is a Pure Protein bar. That's the name of the company, Pure Protein. And they've got like a chocolate deluxe flavor that has like some chocolate chips in it. I'm not even a big chocolate fan. I'm more of a vanilla, strawberry, birthday cake type flavor person. But that deluxe chocolate chip, I think it's called, Pure Protein bar, is a great alternative for those of you who are trying to satisfy that chocolate candy bar type of taste, right? So another good alternative, if you're someone who likes chips or salty or more like pretzel type stuff, Quest Nutrition, they have the Quest bars, but they also have Quest protein chips, which I'm actually a much bigger fan of compared to the protein bars. These bags of chips are, I think they're under 200 calories, and they've got like 19 or 20 grams of protein in there. So it's an incredible option, and I'm a huge fan of these, and they do satisfy that craving for some chips. Another option that I'd like to give you is, like, if you're craving pancakes or waffles, which I'm a big fan of both, you can go for like protein pancakes. They have protein pancake mix, and you can use sugar-free syrup or light syrup, which is basically like a fourth or a fifth of the amount of calories as compared to normal syrup. So those are just some ideas to get your brain going, that you can swap out the things you're craving with calorie-friendly alternatives, all right? Tip number 3, and the final tip, is simply not to keep junk in the house that you're gonna go overboard on. And this is if you're being really serious about your fitness goals. If you're in a phase that you're very serious about, improving your body, don't keep Oreos in the house, or don't keep chips in the house, or don't keep things in the house that after you eat them, you're going to say, damn, I wish I hadn't eaten that, and you're going to feel like shit. Or you're going to feel bad telling me, your coach, in your weekly check-in that you ate, almost every day, you ate a handful of chips or something that's, not easy to fit into your calories every day. Because the truth is that when you're in the grocery store and you pick up Oreos, or you pick up cookies, or Nutella, or whatever it is you're grabbing that is not beneficial to your goals, just by putting it in your cart, you're committing to eating it, right? You're not going to buy it and not eat it. Sorry, I had to pause there for a second because Nigel's playing with my foam roller here. I don't know if you could hear that, but I've got it and I should be all good now. But the idea for this tip number 3 is don't commit to eating these things by having them in the house and having them as options and temptations all throughout the week. Because if it's in the house, if it's in the cabinet, you're gonna eat it, right? And if anything, like I said, plan one treat in your day or one treat in your week to fit within your calories, but make it exactly that. Make it a treat. Make it like a one-time thing. If you're getting ice cream, go to Cold Stone or to Carvel or whatever and get your ice cream, but don't have a whole gallon of ice cream in your freezer. If the treat you're having is, you know, some Reese's peanut butter cups or something like that for that one time in the week, go to the grocery store or the gas station or you know, get a single serving package of Reese's cups. Don't have a million of them in the house, right? So I hope that makes sense. Would love to hear what your thoughts are about this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one.